Welcome back to the deep dive. So today we're tackling something that if you live in a condo or an HOA community is going to be really critical for you.
Yeah, we're looking at what happens when your entire neighborhood gets locked into a single, massive, decade-long contract for fiber internet.
Specifically, we're focused on the model used by Fision, by Hotwire Communications.
Right. They specialize in negotiating these huge, long-term bulk contracts. We're talking 10 years or even more.
And they become the only provider, the exclusive game in town.
Exactly. They come in, they install the fiber-to-the-home infrastructure, and they bundle it all up.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Their marketing is aggressive, promising things like gigabit speeds at half the cost.
And they even call themselves the fastest gaming ISP.
So our mission here is to look at those huge promises and see how they stack up against what people who are actually living there are experiencing.
And on the surface, the packages look great.
They really do. The basic service is usually around 500 megabits per second, which is, very respectable. And they offer these really enticing upgrades to multi-gigabit speeds.
And we should be clear, the underlying fiber technology is legitimate. It's solid stuff. When it's working right, it has huge advantages.
Like symmetrical speeds.
Exactly. Your upload is just as fast as your download, which is a game changer for anyone working from home, uploading big files, anything like that.
But this is where it gets really interesting. The moment users try to upgrade to those premium tiers, the whole thing just seems to fall apart.
It's a huge disparity. We looked at the user reports, and it's pretty jarring.
I mean, can you imagine? You shell out for a 2 gigabit package, you're expecting just blazing fast service, and you run a speed test.
And the needle barely gets past 500 megabits.
Barely! And that user wasn't alone, was he?
Not at all. We found another case, someone paying for a full gigabit service, that's 1,000 megabits, and their connection was consistently maxing out at around 225. And to add to that, they said the actual equipment installation where it was placed in the home didn't even match what the sales reps had promised for, optimal connectivity.
So what's going on here? The fiber can handle it, so why are people paying for multi-gig and getting, well, not even half a gig? What gives?
Well, the sources suggest this isn't so much a technical failure as it is an economic strategy.
An economic strategy, meaning what?
The hypothesis is that Hotwire's selling the dream of fiber, but they're only building the minimum viable network required to get that HOA to sign the deal.
So it's all about locking in that decade-long contract.
It seems to be prioritizing the bulk contract economics over true future-proof capability.
And there's some pretty compelling evidence for that, right? I mean, we saw multiple reviews.
Oh, yeah. Several users mentioned that when they called support about the slow speeds, they were told something incredible.
They were told they were the only household requesting speeds above 500 megabits.
Right. Which strongly suggests the network was built to handle that standard 500 meg package for everyone flawlessly, but it just wasn't provisioned for a lot of people to actually use the high-speed upgrades they're selling.
So the bottleneck isn't the fiber line to your condo, it's upstream where everyone connects.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that exclusivity model, which kills all competition for a decade, just removes any real incentive for them to invest in those expensive capacity upgrades right away. They've already got the contract.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener?
It means when you're looking at one of these exclusive long-term deals, you have to be skeptical.
Right. That promise of super high speeds needs to be questioned. You have to ask about the network's proven capacity, not just its theoretical potential. Is it built for today or for tomorrow?
And that raises the really important question you should be asking in these situations. When an ISP is so focused on locking in these long-term bulk deals, how can you, as a consumer, actually verify that the network is being designed for future demand?
And not just the bare minimum needed to get that HOA board to sign on the dotted line today.
That's the core issue.
That distinction is the crucial lesson here. And that's all the time we have for this deep dive. We hope this gives you the context you need to evaluate that next contract in your own community.